Welcome to Peacemakers. It's so great to have you along this morning. Walking in the Spirit. It's going to blow your mind because I've heard so many really good sermons about why I need to walk in the Spirit. And I mean, there's a lot of really important, really heavy scriptures that say you better be doing it. You better be walking in the Spirit. If you walk in the Spirit, you will not carry out the deeds of the flesh. If by the Spirit you mortify the deeds of the flesh, you will live. It is very important to walk in the Spirit. And every time I've heard a sermon on it, I've left the building scratching my head. I mean, I'm excited. I'm stoked. You whipped me up. You got me going. But what do I do? How do I actually do it? It's going to surprise you to know that it's very natural and very simple. And I'll begin by telling you how we walk in the flesh. We've been doing it since we were children. It happens without any effort at all. You're walking along the street and you look over and a seed is planted in your mind, a seed of coveting. You see a little red sports car and you go, oh my, that little red sports car looks really good. And you find yourself walking over there to have a look and, get down and admire the contours, the shine of the paint. And you really like this little sports car a lot. And you go home and you begin to think about it. It's on your mind. You're meditating on, what it would be like to own it, how your friends would look at you differently, and it's really captivated you. You go back the next day, and for a week you're thinking on this thing. It becomes an obsession to you, and anyone that gets near you, you begin to talk about it. La la la, I love this car so much. La la. And then the day comes where you go to the car lot, you talk to the salesman, you hop in, and oh my goodness, it feels like you're in a fighter jet. And you sign papers committing your body to labor for however many years because you're all in. You have to have this car. Now that is the natural process of walking in the flesh. Lust of the eyes, lust of the flesh, boastful pride of life are the reasons we do what we do in the flesh. A seed of coveting was planted by the enemy. The person carried that out naturally, a very natural process. It's going to surprise you, but walking in the Spirit is no different. It's the exact same thing. A seed of righteousness is planted in you. And you begin to meditate on it. You begin to dwell on it. You're thinking about it all the time. It's got you. And you begin to talk to others. Anyone that gets around you, it's coming out of your mouth. You need to talk to them about it. And then over time, it manifests itself throughout your body. You're committing yourself to it because you have to have it. Your mind's made up. And that's exactly what walking in the Spirit is. It's a natural process that begins right here, allowing the seed of righteousness to be planted and to grow inside your mind, to run roots down into your heart. And as it grows, it's going to have your continual attention and care, and it'll start to pour out of your mouth with anyone that will listen because it's all you want to talk about. And then the natural process, of course, is to carry on and produce fruit, to begin to live, act itself out through your limbs. You see how surprisingly simple and natural it is to walk in the Spirit. It begins with you setting your mind on the things of God. That's where it begins, and that's easier said than done. You have a war going on. The enemy is throwing bucket loads of seeds into your mind. They're the kinds of seeds that he sows of lust, pride, greed, envy, jealousy, strife, bitterness. Those are his seeds. And a man named Milton Green, a preacher from the 80s, really worth checking out, said if you're not taking every thought captive, boy, you're a real mess. And that's what's going on in the garden of your mind. You need to take captive those thoughts. You need to pull those seeds of unrighteousness out and throw them away, get rid of them, and allow the seed of righteousness. And Jesus used this analogy. He said that the seed was planted and it sprang up, but then the tares grew up around it and choked it. And Satan wants to sow tares in here and have it choke out the word in here. So can you commit to being a good and patient gardener? It's going to take sacrifice. It's going to take turning away from the things the flesh loves. to cultivate the seed of righteousness in your mind, to allow it to grow roots in your heart and produce fruit in your life. I hope this makes sense. I want you to meditate on it. God bless you and have a great day.